today's spooky spot, we're going to be having a look at Todd McFarlane's monsters. Wait for it. We're going to be looking at Series 2. Wait for it. We're going to be looking at Dr. Frankenstein's Playset. This was Todd McFarlane's attempt at making smaller displays as opposed to his larger 6 to 7 inch scale figures. Personally, I don't think the figures were well received. As a result, they were warming pegs quite often at, I believe, the local Toys R Us when these were originally released. Figured as a spooky spot, it was only fitting to do some monster-related collections or pieces of collections, and I figured why not do the Todd McFarlane's monsters. Scary. As you can see down below, all these accessories, all you see here, assembles into this playset with adjustable operating table. Very cool. Package-wise, kind of is a hark back to the classic 80s style packaging, where really it didn't rely so much on the card, but more so on everything that was included in the set. Everything is in a clear bubble, kind of just shows you everything that's in this set, which is kind of retro and for that reason kind of cool. Kind of cool. On the back, the other figures in Series 2's set, we had Phantom of the Opera, we had the Sea Creature, we had the Mummy, and then down below we had Dr. Frankenstein. You can collect all four. And then down below, Todd McFarlane's bad for this. McFarlane Toys, they always advertise all this other stuff that they have available, despite the fact that maybe you're only looking to get this stuff right here. But there's other stuff down there as well. We've got ourselves some Spawn figures from the Spawn movie. I actually, I don't ever remember seeing the dioramas from the Spawn movie. Those would have been ones I would have picked up. And then we've got some Kiss. Some Kiss. Gotta love Kiss. And down below we got some Mega Spawn. So, that's packaging on Dr. Frankenstein. What we're going to do is we'll open this up. We're going to put this together. I'm going to put this together. And we're going to have a look at the Todd McFarlane Dr. Frankenstein playset. Stay tuned. And with a little bit of assembly and a little snapping together, we've got ourselves a very small but a very interesting little playset. Where do we start? Well, if we have a look first, Dr. Frankenstein. He's kind of cool. He's got himself a ponytail. Kind of looks like Rob Zombie. Rob Zombie as Dr. Frankenstein. He's got himself a robotic arm. Now these are small figures, so articulation is going to be very limited on them. Dr. Frankenstein can rotate the waist. He has articulation in the legs with these moon boots on. He can rotate, he can bend at the shoulder, or rotate at the arm, I should say. No articulation in the arms, although this arm can't, I should say this arm can. This arm can rotate as well. And of course he can rotate in the head. He's also got this tube running from his arm up to his head. Not sure really why, but... And, of course, splattered, completely splattered with blood. I don't know. Personally, when I see blood splattered all over something, I think somebody's not doing a very good job versus somebody who is doing a good job. Then again, I don't know. Maybe butchers would argue that point. So we have Dr. Frankenstein. We'll put him down, and let's have a look at Frankenstein's monster. I always like just saying Frankenstein. I know it's not correct. People always say it's not, the monster's name isn't Frankenstein. It's Dr. Frankenstein's monster or Frankenstein's monster. But I just like to call him Frankenstein. I know that ain't right, but as you can see, Frankenstein here has two heads. Kind of interesting. The head there, and then we've got a head there. This one kind of looks like the Thing. Fantastic Four, the thing. And he's just actually a Mod Podge of stuff. We got a spinal cord, 2 spinal cords. We've got a rib cage going on there. Kind of a bandaged bottom here, like he was maybe a zombie at some point. And he's got tubes running from either head to his waist. I like the skeletal arm as well. I think that's really neat. So, very nice. It's small, but very nicely detailed. So we'll put that aside. We'll put Dr. Frankenstein's monster aside here. And let's actually have a look at the display. There is a lot to be said for this display. And where do we begin? Well, for one thing, we've got ourselves a table that you can put the monster on. Actually, you know what? We'll put the monster on just so you guys can see it. Put the monster on like so. And the neat thing about it is the way that they've got it when you build it, when you snap it together, is that you can actually take this table and raise it. Might be easier to raise it from the middle here. You can actually raise it. And it locks up at the top there. How cool is that? And it's just really these little tabs in here. And you can also lower the monster as well. Lower him as well. There we go. Of course, we got the electricity at the top there. We've got ourselves a hook. Maybe that's where Dr. Frankenstein hangs his bread. He's ready to cut himself a nice slice of bread and make himself a sandwich. And then down at the side here, we've got ourselves a surgical table that can rotate in and out. And a wide array of little tools. Got ourselves a saw. We've got ourselves, I guess, a needle of sorts, some sort of surgical needle. Got ourselves a cleaver when he's cutting up his meat for his sandwich. You'll find most of my reviews somehow always go back to food. A little cleaver. And then we've got ourselves a pair of, I don't know the actual surgical word for this, but I guess it's just somewhat a pair of pliers. There you go. Of course, this swivel out, just to give you guys a back view of this display set. I gotta say, it is pretty neat though. And you know the neat thing about it too, oh also, just want to point out, there are a couple more accessories. We got ourselves a little pitcher. Got ourselves a test tube. We've got ourselves, where was the other thing? Got ourselves like a little pot of sorts. Not a pot, like a little, I guess another little pitcher of sort. The idea is there's also these little holes on the side that you can actually take, and it fell when I moved it. I'm sure it's going to fall again, but the idea is you can actually take these and you're supposed to be able just to peg them in these little holes here. And then you can put the pitcher, and you can put the pitcher on top there, and you can have yourself a little shelf. The problem is, as soon as you move it, oh, there, see, everything falls. So, I don't know if that's 100% successful. And, got ourselves a little heart. Or organs. It looks like more so just organs. I don't know if where you want to put the organs, you could kind of just leave them there. So that Dr. Frankenstein is working on his monster, and he's like, oh, finally finished. 2.5 hours later, I finally got him finished. I put everything back where it was supposed to go, sealed him up. And then he's walking away, he's like, what? What? Ah, great, I forgot a piece. Oh, well, I'm sure he won't need it. Let's go get myself a sandwich. Now, I think there is no instructions for it, but I think you can actually take the, I'm only guessing here, I think you can actually take the organs and slide them up here. You probably can't. No, yes, no, yes, maybe, maybe. No, it doesn't look like there's really a spot for it. I thought you could kind of just sandwich them up. You probably could Maybe we'll put him, see if we can put it behind the rib cage. Kind of do that, I guess. That kind of works. Ah, so the monster is complete. Excellent. So a very, very cool little set. Of course, aside from the fact that you've got yourself little figures, the figures aren't super articulated, but they're McFarlane figures, so you can't expect too much from it. But I gotta say, I really like the actual playset. If no other reason, if you have any other 3 3/4 inch scale figures, like the G.I. Joes, this would be kind of cool for Dr. Mindbender. Or if you had some Marvel Universe figures, this would kind of be cool as well. So very neat. By the way, there were other accessories too. There was these posts that you can actually mount underneath. Only if you wanted to raise it. You can actually take this set and combine it over with the Frankenstein set from Series 1, where this could be a higher set and then the Series 1 set could be lower, so you can kind of have like a 2-level. I didn't put them in just because it would make these set a little higher, but they are included as well. So, very, very neat. We'll put him back into place. We'll let Dr. Frankenstein, he's finished his lunch, we'll let him finish what he's doing. See if he can get those organs put back in just in the right place. But today's spooky spot, we were looking at the McFarlane Monster Series 2 playsets. And today we were looking at Dr. Frankenstein's playset. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. There's many more spooky spots to come. And I'll see you guys next time. Woo! See you guys next time.